morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Sunday edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Illman, along with the Equibase ace, Keith Fustel. Keith, nice day yesterday at Laurel Park. We saw the return of Post Time, focused with blinkers.
Yeah.
I don't think Brittany had this horse cranked up 100%, and he won by $1 million.
Still won by $1 million. It's early buyer figure. I see he has a 94, winning off by 13 1/4 lengths. Just kind of cruised up to spy a trio of duelers into the turn. They were battling into that far turn, and then when Sheldon said, "Let's go," he responded, and he responded very nicely. And you say, I mean, maybe not fully cranked, but next time out, another step up at blinkers. You know, he was definitely, that earlier move, you could see the eagerness from him going past the 5/8.
Next, the Met Mile. He ran so well in that race last year up at Saratoga. He finished second in that race. First 2-year-old race of the year, and it was won by Romeo, who just stormed off the screen.
Yeah, that was a really impressive effort. Again, 64, the early buyer there, 10 1/4, just an emphatic victory. Handled a little adversity, too, because that horse that he was battling with just to the inside started to kind of get out a little bit, floated him out a couple paths, leaving the far turn, but remained focused with the X-Man and said, "See you later," top of the stretch. Big effort.
Maybe we'll see him up in New York, Belmont Stakes week at Saratoga for one of those 2-year-old races. Mandatory payout. It's closing day here for the Laurel Park Spring Meet. It all must go. All carryover pools will be paid out nonetheless, whether it's your Jackpot Super High 5, your Chesapeake Pick 6, or either one of our 2 Value Pick 5 with 12% takeout. It's a low takeout. It's a great deal, and it's a mandatory payout. Everything must go to Pimlico, because Pimlico's Preakness Meet is starting, and it's going to start in a bang. The NTL, the National Thoroughbred League, is next Saturday, and it's going to be a huge event.
We're involving Lamar Jackson, Julius Irving, all going to have teams drafting horses. Plenty to do for the family, petting zoos, fashion shows, you name it. But a big day, the Pimlico Cup, May 10th.
Meet and greets for all of the stars as well are going to be there. Great opportunity to mingle with some celebrities, have a party, go to Pimlico, see some really great racing action. Purses are up for those NTL races. I think 75,000 purses for those races, so it should draw a nice crowd. Speaking of drawing a crowd, the day after the NTL, Sunday, May the 11th, it's Mother's Day at the races at Pimlico between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We usually get a strong turnout every year. Treat Mom to a day at the races. She deserves it.
Absolutely. Well deserved for all the mothers out there. I know, we talked about it before. I've had a lot of great experience back with my mom in the past at the races. She kind of got me into this game through her dad. But, take the time out of your day. Get out there on Sunday, May 11th, Mother's Day. Treat Mom to a good lunch, get a couple vouchers, just make things easy for Mom that day.
Get your tickets at Pimlico.com. We were due for some wet weather.
Yeah.
The weather's been beautiful. We'll take a look at our track conditions and weather conditions for our closing day racing card. Sloppy track right now, 66 degrees, cloudy day. Hoping the rain has stopped for the day.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like it's improved a little bit, a little floating there at the racetrack since I got here about an hour or so ago, but sloppy to start over this racetrack. It is sealed, but let's hope this rain gets out of here. Projected forecast looks okay, and a good job by the racing office and the powers that be there. Kind of looking at the weather a couple days back and drawing for these cars, but they kind of saw we only had 2 turf races here today, so that's definitely going to keep things intact. I like that. The field's holding together pretty well all in all. And again, a special thanks to all of our bettors, all of our players, the people that are joining us for these Laurel Park cards. Our handle, we're noticing a change, and we appreciate it. Going the right direction, up and up.
We certainly do appreciate it, and let's start off with race number 1. It's one of our 2 off-turf races of the afternoon. We're going 5.5 on the main. It's a maiden claimer, 25 down to 20. Maryland breds eligible to run for the 30. Take out the 2, the 3, the 6, the 10, and the AEs, the 13 through the 16. This is also the first leg of our first of 2 value pick 5 wagers, and again, we call it a value pick 5 because take a look at that low takeout. 12%. It's a great bet. People are getting really excited about it. They're playing it, and hopefully they're cashing.
Oh, no doubt about it. We're going to see what we got today. We've got a smaller ticket, $24. Margarita Days for your leading trainer, and I guess look, she's going to go ahead and capture the title here. Brittany Russell looks really, really good in this spot, and especially when you see that breeding Speightstown in the slop, should be tough. I got a little stranger here, the 7, Tammy's Magic. We'll talk about that one in a little bit. 2 deep in race and number 2. You've got the 2 for 1. You got an entry there. Amity Road, it's a stronger part, I believe, of the Jamie Ness entry. Tops the chart. I like here for Kieran McGee right back. Race 3 with the 2, 4, and 7. Some value with General Maximus. Race 4, 4 and 5. Ness. Social Lady, Peyton Elizabeth, big scratch there of the 7, I'm a Cutie Pie. Also take out the 1, Obey, out of race number 4. We're going to wrap things up. Race 5 with a 2 and a 4. Quick K and Bad Temper. First off the claim for Machado for a $24 early value pick 5. Again, 12% low takeout.
And I almost forgot. Congratulations on that really nice pick in the Derby.
Yeah,
well done.
We didn't even talk about the Derby, but Sovereignty, and that was a lot of help. You kind of months ago woke me
Well, I
up.
got off him. That was what helped you.
Well, no, but Sovereignty again, and boy, a little anxious moment right out of the gate, a little squeezed, a little stumble, but a great job by Alvarado to get this one to settle. Really good horse race, and after the first 1/8 of a mile, fairly clean for the most part. I thought Baeza ran huge, probably had a definite excuse at the quarter pole, kind of getting stymied there in between horses where the top 2 had that kind of momentum going. Recovered and really finished up well. Journalism ran a big race, and our value play came along there for 4th. It was well back early, but I thought finished up okay. That was the Brad Cox runner.
And hopefully we will see our good friend Sovereignty back in the Preakness in 2 weeks' time. Okay, race number 1. You're going with the number 4, Margarita Days. You mentioned that Brittany's already clinched the training title. I believe she is 5 up on Jamie Ness. This horse ran really well second time out on the slump. It's an MTO. This is what she's been waiting for. She gets it.
Yeah, and I think some of the speed comes out. We thought Chestertown Jane might run, but is out. So last time out involved in an okay flow, 23 and 2, picked up a little bit, 47 and change. Final time, all right. Weekend Wife came out of that race to run a decent number. I think I Love You, a winner on the grass. But I think this one, 3rd time out, little drop attack mode, can just get involved with the speed if anybody else wants to go and survive at a short price.
We both have Tammy's Magic, the number 7 in the mix, returning off of a lengthy layoff for the second lifetime start. LASIK's on.
Yeah, the key is the family here. I mean, given plenty of time to regroup. LASIK's on, as you said, Street Magicians, formalities aside. Winning family, and there's plenty of wet track there within the siblings. I like this horse as a kind of a stranger to use, and you're going to toss in the 1 as well, Bajan Basher.
Now, this horse is returning off of a lengthy layoff again. We have not seen this horse since the Del Mar Summer Meet in 2024. Now under the tutelage of Lacey Gaudette, blinkers are on. This horse has plenty of speed figures in the past that would make this one interesting. Won't be surprised if she shows a little bit more early gas with the blinkers on and should be fresh off the layoff.
With all of these layoffs, she's held kind of okay form. The numbers are about the same, and you've got Speightster on the top side, who's by Speightstown. So off track just might move this 5-year-old mare up a little bit. Yeah, I think she's going to be a go from the inside and could give Margarita Days a little run into and around the turn.
4719 for Keith. I'm going with the 4-1 MTO Exacta, 7 and 9 underneath in race number 1. Let's move on to race number 2, 1-turn mile. It is a starter optional claiming event. Claiming price 30 down to 24. Starter allowance will be around 20,000. Take out the 2 and the 5. Both halves of the couple Jamie Ness trained entry are in. This is the first leg of our first of 3, I believe, pick 4s today. We have early, middle, and late. The prices have been really solid. Let's start things off with the number 3. Tops the Chart. I believe we have a video spotlight for Tops the Chart, who really looked good last time.
I thought this was an excellent ride by Villalobos. Just very patiently handled. 2 horses duking it out in front of him. Was able to kind of work through a seam right here, out to about the 4 to 5 path upper stretch, and brings a determined grinding run to go ahead, get the lead late, edge away by about a length when it's all said and done. So Tops the Charts by McLean's Music, another really good off-track sire. Straight and true to the wire here for Kieran, and we've got a stat as well, Dan. This is one you came up with. This is big.
Last out winners, second off the claim. So Kieran claims a horse that won. That wins first off the claim, brings him right back. 17 for the last 41. That's 41% and a $2.46 ROI. So expect tops the chart to at least run back to that most recent performance. Amity Road is one half of the Nest trained entry. That's the straight number one. Another horse coming off a pretty solid victory last time out at Parks, beat a couple of next out winners.
Yeah, it's won 2 of its last 3 for Ness and handled a sloppy sealed surface 3 races back over this track, beating a next out winner. Both of these horses tops the chart in Amity Road. They have positional speed. They've got the stamina. It'll be interesting to see how they're placed early on. I think they're going to be fairly close. Do you think a horse like Pudge Boy Palace off of that sprint try, a big improved number last time, is just going to go ahead and try to steal it? That's his best chances, I would think, against this group.
Well, the problem with that is Afraid of the Bunny has also shown speed in the past. And I know Afraid of the Bunny was able to rate a little bit last time out, but I wonder if this time Afraid of the Bunny is going to show speed. I think Pudge Boy Palace is going to be close, stretching out in distance. I just thought this horse looked really good. It was against much weaker competition, yes, but he was tracking 2-3 path, found a nice spot behind a speed duel on the turn, and then he just finished it off. It was a good effort. This barn sent out Skip Through the Fire to win, going sprint to route at 14-1 last month. So they've done it. I think Pudge Boy Palace gets helped by these scratches a little bit, and I think can get the jump on some of the true closers.
Definitely a little protect move by Corrales. You got to like that. He was strong through the wire. See if he can carry it out at this one-turn mile.
What about Afraid of the Bunny? Claimed away from Ness last time out by Bruce Kravitz. Got a nice trip, I thought. Just really tracked the duel. The rail was there for him. Got to the outside and was very, very game to turn back. Seen Permiso, who really loves a wet track.
Kind of a similar trip. You know, the patience that you saw Villalobos give in that video spotlight of Tops the Charts. You got it right there from Sanchez. We're going to go ahead and have Carrasco today. Originally, J. Rowe's name, he's not riding. But I tell you, Afraid of the Bunny, again, tactical enough. This is going to be an interesting little race through the first half mile, but I do think Tops the Charts and Amity Road are going to bring the best finish in this group.
Tops the Charts, Keith's top pick, 3-1-6-7. I'll see if Pudge Boy Palace can successfully stretch out in sharp form at a decent price, 6-3-1-7. Race number 3 is coming up, 3/4 of a mile. It's a claiming event. Non-winners at 2 life, 12.5 down to 10 the claiming price. Take out the 1A, half of the entry, Scrappy T. Lee. Let's start things off with my top selection in this race. That's the number 5, Daddy Yankee, and we do have a trainer stat for Rudy Sanchez Solomon. Route to sprint, turf to dirt. This works. 10 for the last 31, 32%, a $3.85 ROI. I'm throwing the turf race out.
Okay.
It was an experiment last time with this horse. It didn't work out. Another situation, swapping out the cheek pieces with the blinkers.
We've
seen this, and it's worked really well. This horse ran well 2 starts back, finished second behind the favorite that day. I just have a feeling this horse has decent tactical speed, doesn't need to rally from so far out of it, but I also think there's a chance this pace gets hot.
Yeah, and I think he wishes Scrappy T. Lee stayed into the race. He had some pretty good speed there, 22-1, cutting it out last time of the opening quarter. Not So Holy, Maximus Speed. They look like the quickest of the quick. Not So Holy had to kind of change tactics last time on getting in trouble out of the gate at Charleston. But Maximus Speed, I think, shortening up to the 3/4 is going to be good for that one. At 7/8, just a little too far. He's shown the ability to mix it up on the front end and kind of hang around. General Maximus, though, is going to be a price user for me for a barn that's going really, really well right now. I just thought this horse comes out of a faster race, 111-3, just a little belated run. But Troy, he's been pretty good with these little droppers, about 20-22%, okay ROI. This one might be able to slide into a stalking spot past mid-turn. I expected him to be a little bit closer last time. I think he'll be closer turning for home today.
You've got the natural gladiator exacta, General Maximus Speed.
Yeah.
Maximus Speed, I just think at last time I never got a breather. It was a very fast pace. He was setting a pressured pace inside a horse that plummeted to the back of the pack, immediately took on a couple of more challenges, tired in between, and in the fact that 7 might have been a little bit too far for this horse. Cutting back to 6 works. It's all about if Not So Holy gets out of the gate, because that horse is very fast. And Maximus Speed, the hand is forced from the rail.
Absolutely, and you seen the way he's been handled last couple. It's just a go inside here today, and yeah, I'm sure he hopes Not So Holy misses the break beat like he did last time at Charlestown. Define boundaries. What do you think of this one?
Can't throw this horse out at all. For Brittany, it just seems very well entered. One for the bottom maiden tag last time out, rallying from off the gate pace. Might get a swift pace to attack, and just seems for the dime non-winners of 2 Life a nice fit. Should get the right race flow. The Beyer speed figures are a little bit light. Now, if this horse was trained by anyone else, it would probably be a much higher price, but BTR is going to attract money, and thus, if it is an underlay, I would probably prefer it underneath.
You got it. I like that. I agree completely. I'm going to take a shot here. Let's go, Troy. A good number, 12-1 morning line.
4271 for Keith, 5326 for me. And race number 3, race number 4, we'll go a 1-turn mile. Another one of those starter optional claiming events. This one is for fillies and mares. Take out the 1, Old Bay. Take out the 7. I'm a Cutie Pie. This is the first leg of our middle pick 4, and our Parker Hendricks has done a really nice job for us filling in this weekend, and Parker's got a pick 4.
Parker pick 4, $36. Okay. Now wait a second. 2 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18. It's a $1 ticket he's playing. He's going to hit it twice.
He's hitting it twice.
I like it. I like
confident
it. Yeah, he's
play.
coming in aggressive for a $1 play, but they're going to get you started here with both of the Nesses. Jamie Ness with Social Lady and Peyton Elizabeth. I like those two in there. Race 5 with the 2, 4, and 8. Quick K, Bad Temper. Beach Island. See if this one can strike from just off the pace. Race 6 with 3 runners. That was a headache of a race for me. Race 6. He's going to whittle it down 2, 7, 8. I do like longer Strider Freedom stance. We'll have a stat for that one a little bit later. And a single with the firster, Brittany Russell, going a mile. Lionel has come east to the Brittany Russell barn. There's your ticket. 36-18 for 50. Hit it twice, he says.
Hit it twice? Hit it nice. That's what I say. Let's move on to race number 4, because the key to this race is the horse we'll talk about, and that's your top selection, the 5, Peyton Elizabeth. A 14-time winner with a tremendous amount of back class. Last time out, was it just a situation this horse needed a race off of the long layoff? We had not seen this horse since August. Comes back in a very tough 50,000 optional claimer at Parks, and it's fine. Didn't run great that day, getting beat 10 lengths. Now gets a class drop with that race under her girth. You would think that this horse would improve.
You would think, and I'm sure hoping. This is a horse that's been in and out of the Nest barn multiple times, Peyton Elizabeth. The one thing you worry about, I'm going to discuss this with George Ann Hill a little bit the other day, with the mares, these older mares. They get out of form, you start worrying a little bit. Okay, she's at 7 now, but I went back and watched that race at Parks. You're seeing Alani, the winner, came back to win here. It's a real salty group. I think that was just a tightener, really unhurried early and asked from the 3/8 to about upper stretch, and let's go ahead and just kind of chill that last 1/8 of a mile. I think that was just kind of get back into shape, positional speed. Conquest Dancer goes ahead and probably goes. I think Peyton Elizabeth, if she's going to show the true Peyton Elizabeth, she's going to be right there, probably into the far turn, shadowing the leader.
And the last 2 times this horse went second off of a layoff, she found the winner's circle. I'm going to take a contrarian approach and say, I just didn't love the layoff. Coming off of a win, why was there such a long layoff? That concerns me. And then last time out, I wanted to see a little bit more. Obviously, she can win this race. I just have a feeling she's going to take some money. I'm going to try to beat her. But we'll first talk about Ness's other half of the uncoupled entry, and that's the 4, Social Lady. What a hard-trying effort last time out. Just made this big bid in between horses on the second turn, got bumped an upper stretch, went forging to the lead, and never quit.
No, she's been good. I really liked her 2 races back. A horse has been reclaimed again by Ness. So Social Lady has done nothing wrong. Again, I don't think she's going to be terribly far off of it. When you're kind of looking at this race flow, I'm a Cutie Pie out of there. I think definitely enhances the chances of both of these Ness horses. You like Ernie Haynes, the 3 horse. You can't win. She's pretty steady.
She is pretty steady. Usually when I see horses competing at Mountaineer and they can't win there, it's almost automatically a throw. But I just don't like that circuit. I just don't think there are great horses there. But You Can't Win is a horse that has competed at Laurel Park in the past and has competed against some decent first-level allowance company last year at 3. Now, last time out of Mahoning, this horse was just outrun in the early part of that race. I thought she finished okay in between horses. I think that she's the kind of horse that can stay close to the pace. And I just don't think there's a lot of pace in this race. Maybe a horse like the number 6 Conquest Dancer is going to show speed.
I think, yeah. I think she's her best chance is to go ahead and go. Can she mix it up? If they join her, say far turn, mid turn, I don't know, and that's why I just think the grinders, the finishers in here are going to be Social Lady and Peyton Elizabeth.
Plus, with You Can't Win, this is a step up in class. I know she was in an allowance race last time out, but that's a non-winner's of 4 life. She's facing a 14-time winner in Peyton Elizabeth here. It is worth noting she approached the Beyer par for this level 2 starts back, going 2 turns at Charlestown. I'll take a little bit of a swing with the 3 You Can't Win. Keith's going with a very logical and classy Peyton Elizabeth. 5, 4, 3, and 6 for Keith. 3, 4, 6, and 2 for me in race number 4. Let's move on to race number 5. 5.5 furlongs, 7,500 down to 6. It's a condition claimer. Take out the 5, named after me. Short of dinero bet. This is the first leg of our 20-cent Chesapeake Pick 6, and it all must go.
Yes.
It's a mandatory payout. It's not a jackpot today. No. It's mandatory today. Yeah. So get involved, pick the first place finisher in each of the final 6 races on the card, and head on over to Hi-Ho Pimlico with a lot of cash.
You got it. Loaded with De Niro. Whole press box right now a little short of De Niro. We need a pick-me-up for Pimlico. We might just get it today. Utterly Enchanting. Here's our old friend, Utterly Enchanting, 10-year-old. She finally going to get the setup in here today?
She needs it. That's the thing. I thought she ran okay last time out. She kind of split horses in the stretch. She came with a decent run. She's down on the inside. She's run well on a wet track in the past. These are some solid horses she's in against. Listen, Bad Temper's a nice horse going for a really sharp barn. Quick Quiet has been really good recently on dirt. I just wonder if maybe Utterly Enchanting can get a little bit of a setup. I am worried that maybe there's no speed, but when I see Sarah Del Fabro on a speed on the number 6 in this race, maybe that'll set things up.
I think there's going to be a little pace. Speak Your Mind, Forgotten Gift. If they come away cleanly, they're going to be lighting it up on the front end. They're both fast. They're going to carry it. I think, even Forgotten Gift with this off track, I think it would move her up a little bit. So I am going to toss her into the exactas underneath. Can she survive the whole thing? I don't know. Might win the battle. I don't know about the war. I'm going to look for somebody from off the pace. It's going to be Bad Temper for a barn that you have to really respect. They don't run 8 slew horses, but they hit at a high rate. They don't claim a lot of horses either. They've only claimed a couple in like 3 in the last 2 years. They won with 2 of them. I think this horse, off of that trouble beginning last time out, can relax and follow through today with a grinding run. I don't think it's going to be an explosive run, but a grinding run to get it done and reel in these speeds.
Yeah, I thought this horse ran well last time out. You mentioned kind of hopped at the start, rushed up, was on a hard chase going after the winner. A little bit late to change leads, but stayed on evenly in between horses. And you're right, this barn just does very, very good work, and I'd expect a good effort switching to J-Rod. Let's talk about Quick Quiet a little bit, because this horse just came out of nowhere. They turned her back to 7/8 of a mile. Boom, a win. Boom, a win. They tried turf last time out. It didn't work. We saw the Rudy stat before going turf to dirt. It really works well. Do you think 5.5 is a little bit sharp for this horse?
Most of the time, probably yes. I think with what's been signed on here outside Speak Your Mind, Forgotten Gift, even Beach Island, who I think will make the first move into those 2 horses, I think it works here for Quick Eye. I don't know why they put this horse on the turf last time, and now you drop to 75. That's a little concerning, just for the way the Cluck came back to run. That's my biggest concern, but I do think she's going to be firing from the back of the pack, and I like her recent dirt form.
And Beach Island, I think, just draws very, very well in this race. Outside the 2 speeds, should be parked maybe in a nice 3-wide tracking position. We have a video spotlight for Beach Island. I believe it's her most recent race, and she ran really well under Alexander Crispin. You see her at 11-1 this day, just sitting on the outside right now. She's going to eventually get the better of this pace setter, and then another salty veteran, Tamchar, comes and gets her on the wire. But a lot of fight and a lot of grit.
Yeah, let's Speak Your Mind on the inside, leading the way, was able to clear early, took this pressure to about mid-stretch. Speak Your Mind might stretch it a little bit further. She's going 3rd off of a break for trainer Susan Cooney. But Beach Island, I thought ran pretty gritty here. Again, has to time it just right. Will there be a cavalry coming? I do think there's going to be a couple horses looming, and I think it's going to be Bad Temper, Quick K.
This is a really good betting race, a spread for me in any kind of multiple race wagers. Keith's going with Bad Temper, 4, 2, 8, and 1. I'm going with Utterly Enchanting, 1, 2, 8, and 4. 5 down, 5 to go on closing day of the Laurel Park Spring Meet. We'll be back in a jiff.
Baltimore! To the city of Baltimore, to all the fans watching around the world, riders up!
They're off in the Preakness.
All eyes of the world will be on Baltimore.
They're head and head. Seabiscuit leads by a length. Seabiscuit is the winner.
And it was a powerhouse race again by the big, strong Secretariat.
Sunday Silence takes the lead at the quarter pole.
American Barrow, phenomenal in the Preakness. And the filly did it! Rachel Alexandra! Here is Smarty Jones. He wins the Preakness by a dozen lengths.
She's the brave, wins the Preakness.
Preakness 13 days away. Really looking forward to the 150th edition of the second Jewel in Racing's Triple Crown and the last at Old Hilltop before the renovations. Meanwhile, we still have 5 races to go on our closing day Sunday card here at Laurel Park. Race number 6 is at a 1-turn mile, 12-5 down to 10, non-winners of 2 life. Ticket the 5, True Faith. It leaves us with a field of 9, first leg of the jackpot. Super high 5, mandatory payout. We already got 8,000 in the kitty. Expect it to jump because we've got to give it away and a decent 15% takeout.
And what a race for the jackpot super high 5, as I've gotten rid of. I said it, headache race. You look at these horses and you're like wishing, hoping. I mean, you're trying to get them home. Value pick 5 as well. In
Mandatory.
Race, and mandatory. It's mandatory. Mackenzie, let's see the ticket. She got the all button here. Well, it's 4. I mean, I would want the all almost in here. But hey, 2, 6, 7, and 8 to get you started. Freedom Stance. Again, this is a horse that was on my ticket off. Will be used, and my exact is in try. She's got a single.
I love the single.
Yeah, Frosted
Gutsy.
Bull. Frosted Bull, yeah. And, you know, Lionel, we'll see what she can do. You know, she got to beat this Brittany Russell Firster coming west to east. But, yeah, Frosted Bull, really good run from the Frosted Dreams the other day. So race 8, 3 deep, 2, 8, 9. Race 9, 5 and 6, Malibu Beauty, Dr. Abby, who loves an off track. Race 10 with the 1, 2, and 7. Mix it all up. It's a $36 ticket for your late value pick 5 again, 12%. Extremely low takeout. Can we start? Yeah, let's start with the 2. So, horse, you have in the mix, and I was trying to make this one here for Ricky Silliman. I guess the one thing you've seen with these others, Brian, this horse is still fairly lately races a 3-year-old. Can you project a little bit of improvement second off of a break and stretching out?
Well, I think with these lightly raced 3-year-olds, you can project improvement. I mean, yes, this horse is going to have to face older horses for the first time. Yes, this horse is going to have to stretch out for the first time. But we do have a trainer stat for Ricky Silliman. Second off 2 to 4 month layoffs, 33%. 218 ROI. So this horse makes the seasonal debut going 3/4 of a mile. I thought the track that day favored the rail. This horse broke slow, had to swing 4 wide into the stretch onto the deeper paths, and really wasn't giving too much ground off the layoff. All in all, I thought it was a solid enough effort that I think this horse can take a step forward and at least be in the mix at a price.
Yeah, that's the race. I've got General Maximus out of there earlier in the card, out of that race with 0 blitz, and looking at the American Freedoms stretching out. That's kind of what you want to get from those runners, 17, 18% with the dirt router. Sneaking Suspicion, long astride, similar kind of styles. you know, these horses, a few of these have faced off quite a few times in the past. What do you think?
They both come out of a common race. Longest Stride finished ahead of several of these horses, and I think you can make case that both of these horses were compromised by the way the race was run. Your top pick, Longest Stride, was making a nice move in the stretch. The jock unfortunately dropped the stick, but Longest Stride still kept going to finish second. This horse is in really good form. 2 starts back had a wonderful ride to win, drawing away with a 54 Beyer speed figure, and I like that this horse is pace adaptable.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way he really relaxed, got in position at no point 2 races back when breaking the maiden. I mean, it was a win all the way around. I do think this horse is going to be able to sit back, relax. Timing the run is going to be imperative here. I do believe we've got some horses that want to go front. Honors Do and Abler. I feel bad for you, son, on the far outside. Really ran well 2 races back on a sloppy sealed surface, but might get a little bit more company today.
As for Sneaking Suspicion, she's hoping for some company up front. The horse is only 1 for 24 lifetime, but last time out, breaking from the rail didn't break great. The next thing you know is in the 4-path at the back of the pack, ends up 6-7 wide, turning for home, and is coming with a decent late run. I thought it was a good effort. This horse has run well on a wet track in the past. It's Great Notion, one of the better wet track horses on the circuit. I think Sneaking Suspicion, if the horse just gets a little bit of pace and a clean trip, can come with a decent run at a decent price.
Yeah, I mean, Tap Anchor might move into it as well with Jan Rodriguez around the turn. I don't think this is a horse that wants to get too far out of it. I do think once they turn for home, we'll have 3 or 4 battling it out. Portis, another one. Proven, and the 1-turn mile is okay here for Portis. Look at that stat. 5 starts, a win, 2 seconds, and a third. Portis with Georgie Hernandez today.
I thought this horse might have moved just a little bit too soon, and I can understand exactly what the jock was doing. Sitting in the pocket, the rail opens up on the turn, you gotta go for it, and Portis did go for it on the turn. Just the favorite was controlling the pace and kept on going, and Portis flattened out. Mario Serre is going very, very well recently. Since March the 1st, 3 for 13 with a 309 ROI. I liked it when Portis had speed in the past.
Right.
Maybe this horse showed a little bit of speed last time out. I can't throw him out.
Do you see the work here? We believe that April 3rd at Delaware, 46-3. That doesn't seem like Portis.
No, that's the old Portis. I want to see
that.
that.
That is the
Longest
old
Stride, though, is very, very consistent, in good form, has handled some of these in the past. You're going 7, 8, and 9. I'm going 8, 9, 2, and 7 in race number 6. Race number 7 is coming up now. It is at a 1-turn mile. It's a maiden special weight. $47,000 is the purse. We have a field of 7 in here. It is the first leg of our final pick for not only of the day, but for the Laurel Spring Meet. 7 horses in this race. Let's start with Frosted Bull. The single for Mac, a horse I know you like a lot in here, and we have a video spotlight.
Yeah, Beyer's speed figure is good. Paired up 64 in those first 2 races, and I thought this was an interesting up with the flow, and then goes ahead and kind of steadies back. You could say rated back from that outside horse and caught in between, but anytime horses can kind of do this, they steady back and then they make another move later in the race and they kind of sustain and grind it out. It definitely catches my eye. I like the willingness here behind this Morley shipper. Griffin's Wharf would run well prior in New York. It's a very gutsy effort after that little bit of early adversity. We saw Mena and Marici team up the other day with Frosted Dreams to get right to the front. I think if he breaks again like he did, let's go ahead and try to go and steal this on the front end. Stat for Marici.
Diane with third out maidens. This is a huge number. 27%, $2.65 ROI, and I really like the fact that this is the 3rd route already. So this horse should really be fit, and maybe, just maybe, has a little bit of an edge in that department over the first-time starter. It's always tough to win first time out going long, unless you're Brittany Russell. We have a trainer's stat for the BTR stable with the number 6, Lionel. First-time starter route, 28%, and you're breaking even. Not a bad proposition. Lionel sold, well, what is it, $875,000 as a yearling, was with Bob Baffert in Southern California, was working with some of Baffert's better horses, and has only one work for Brittany. Brittany hasn't had this horse for a very long time, but you certainly have the pedigree. You got the purchase price. The dam was what, a multiple grade 2 placed router named Sweetgrass. I just have a feeling this horse is going to be ready to roll.
Extended work tab, and we talked about what Citizen Bull, maybe, and a couple of the other ones out there in California. So it's It's so hard, especially the one-turn mile, to get these horses ready to win at this distance. She does an incredible job with it.
I think Maupassant ran a really sneaky race in the career debut, going 3/4 of a mile. It took a little bit of time for this horse to get going, and then he was running on at the end.
Yeah, swung wide, rallied the short comment, closed up, was finishing better than Breezing Up, who was also in that race behind Agreed. Yeah, I thought it was good. And looking at the family, tell a great story. It was a nice mare. They can stretch out, handle a little bit of extra ground.
3, 6, 1, and 4 for Keith. 6, 3, 7, 4 for me in race number 7. Curious to see what we get for the expensive purchase, Lionel. Let's move on to race number 8. It's one of our features of the day. 5.5 furlongs on the turf, off the turf. High-level allowance event. Take out the 1, take out the 3, take out the 5, 6, and 7, but you still got a pretty big field for an off-turf race. And I think there are several ways to go. I think Talented Man is very, very logical in here because this is a dirt horse that's run well on turf in the past. He has good early speed, and he's coming off of a pretty gritty effort.
Yeah, I like the tenacity this guy brings. It hasn't won. It's been a little while. You got to go back to last summer. But like this trainer, I like the draw a lot. And
he's the speed, isn't he?
I think he is the speed. I think he's a little faster, Smooth B, if he wants to go ahead and go. I'm hoping he shadows, but and then I think Talented Man can go ahead and meet that bid. We might have a little match race from the quarter pole home between my top 2 selections, the 9 and the 12. Butch Reed coming down every time I say it. You got to pay attention to these horses. I like these
especially with this family, right?
Oh my gosh!
I mean, it seems every Catarica disco that comes down here wins.
Yes.
And Butchie's sending out Smooth B, who's just such a cool horse, coming back for a 10-year-old season. He's a millionaire. It doesn't seem to matter whether it's dirt or turf. He's gonna give you an honest effort every single time, and lots of times he actually gets a little bit ignored in the wagering.
He does. A little edge here to Talented Man because of the recency. Smooth B off a little bit of a break. You go for a horse that's going to sneak through and still give you a value. The 2, Radical Right.
I think Radical Right's more of a dirt horse than a turf horse. I know this horse has run well on turf in the past, but Radical Right also has some decent numbers on the main track. The problem is, what if this pace does not materialize and the 9 goes and the 12 kind of rates and they sprint home like you're predicting? I'm hoping that maybe they hook up a little bit more. Radical Right was in a little tough last time out. SS Sinatra's been in exceptional form. I'm going to give this horse one chance to maybe come with a little bit of a kick. I still think even on dirt it'll be a decent price.
It's going to be a good price. Swill's another one, kind of that iffy. I just don't know what to make of Swill. On the mark.
Absolutely. I have to talk about him.
Yeah, let's talk about Swill. I'll let you talk
No,
about
on the mark. I mean,
on the mark,
we definitely
yes.
have to talk about on the mark. Caius Lion-Pastino will pick up the mount. I thought this horse ran really well 2 starts back, going 3/4 of a mile. It was a race where they ran 1-2 all the way around the track. This horse was the only horse making up significant ground in the stretch. And last time out, another situation. No sense, just basically went right to the front. This horse has entered main track only. This is what they want to do with on the mark, and I can see this horse running well.
Yeah, long way in between horses. Just never really could get involved behind No Sense in Talented Man. I think he's going to be able to get a good position. He doesn't have that early quarter speed as my top 2 selections, but I think he can draft up and bring a finish if things get heated.
Talented Man, trained by a talented man. And Mike Moore, you're going with the 9. I'll see if Radical Right can maybe pull up a smidgen of an upset. 2-9-4-8 for me, 9-12-4-8 for Keith in the 8th. Race number 9, 2 turns. Mile and a 16th, high level allowance. Fillies and mares take out the 2 Die Surprise. While it's only a field of 5, you can make a case for every single horse in this race, including Malibu Beauty, who is the old class master returning for Gary Camp. Let's take a look at a video spotlight for Malibu Beauty.
Yeah, we're going to go to the race back.
3 starts back.
Yeah, 3 starts back, right? November the 9th, and runs pretty quick early. 23, 347, and 2. Right to the front, catches a pretty good horse here. Foxy Jr. just can't quite hold that one off, but is clear of the rest. No problem on an off-track. Malibu Beauty, 3 wins from 7 starts, 2/3. She looks like the speed gets a lot of help here. I got this scratched later. The 2 Die Surprise is out. I think Gary Capp's horse is the 1 and the 5 just might walk around the track together. I think try to separate early. Don't let these horses kind of get close to you. Let's separate early, then back it up and go from there.
Both 7-year-old mares, though, coming off layoffs. We'll see what we get from them. Intrepid Dream, you you can pretty much guess is going to gut out there to the front. I'm sorry, Malibu Beauty is going to get out to the front. Intrepid Dream should be close, taking advantage from this inside post, and we know she's got back class. Winning the Heavenly Cause 4 starts back, and I don't mind that they gave this horse a break because Malibu Beauty handled her a few times, and it looked like she was crying out for one.
Yeah, and she's run well off of a break and on and off track in the past. Interesting, she was scratched, what, a couple weeks ago, I believe she was in. I'm going to take a shot there here with Toledo. Go ahead and kind of spy maybe these two. You got a G-Cap match race from the head of the stretch home.
I do think Warriors Ransom and Call Another Play at least deserves some mention in here. Warriors Ransom, I just think, needed her last race. She'd been away from, over 300 days or so, was down on the rail. I thought she ran okay in the stretch when she altered course out very, very late in the game. I'm willing to give her a chance second off the layoff. And Call Another Play is a horse that doesn't have to come from so far out of it. We know she's got plenty of class. She won the Weber City Miss and had a big year in 2024. And last time out, I know the Fig didn't come back well, but she overcame a speed-favoring trap, albeit as an odds-on favorite with a good trip.
I think it scares me. 2 starts now. I mean, you got to go back a little bit. Off track, not so great. Top of 38. She's a better filly than that right now, but
she's
again,
got the recency over our horses.
She does, she does. But I just looking at the way this race goes, I'm hoping we can still, the natural speed of the 1 and the 5 can take them out to a clear advantage, maybe a couple lengths, and then just slow it up and hopefully be able to make one other run away from the rest of the horses in here. But it's a shorter field, but a quality group.
Let's just not duel each other in a defeat.
No, don't
You're
do
going
that.
1, 5, 3, and 6. I'm going 5, 3, 4, and 1. We conclude the spring meet with race number 10, a 1-turn mile, 7,500 down to 6. Take out the 6. Southern Districts. Burks just blitzed them on the lead last time out, and I'm assuming the game plan is going to be the same.
I think it's going to be the same, but Sunset Town worries me because he's coming off of that 5.5 race, pretty good form, and he's got some speed. Good luck, Chuck, as well. Masacato with Boca Chica. So, yes, break good, get forward. The one thing I've liked about Burks in the past, when he's right, he can mix it up and keep on going. So, even if he gets caught in a little bit of a duel around the turn, he's got the grittiness to keep going.
I mean, he had to work hard on that lead. This first quarter, 24-1. The second quarter, 23-4. And then he beat 2 next out winners, one of them coming back to win with a 77 buyer. He really shut it down quick after the wire, though. And it's kind of interesting that they didn't step him up in class off of that race. So, again, he's obviously the horse to catch and beat. Mr. Agent's a horse I've been chasing for a long time, and I think he ran a little bit better than it looks last time out. I thought he was bumped and pinched back at the start, was well off the rail on the backstretch, finished okay, galloped out okay. I'm not worried about the distance with this horse. And we have a trainer stat for Joanne Schenkel. A sprinter route, not bad. 6 for the last 20, 30%, almost a $4 ROI. This horse won going sprint to route back in 2024 at a mile and a 16th.
Yeah, this is a race. It was really hard for me to kind of envision flow, and then who's our finisher? Who is our slam
I
dunk?
thought it was Southern District.
I did too, and I was going to key around that one, but we can't do that now with him out of it. But Mr. Agent, she's shown the ability to be kind of patient, let things develop, and try to bring her finish. That just might work in here because I think Good Luck Chuck, he's going to be fairly forward. Masacato as well off the race at Charlestown, but Little Riders race. And yeah, from the value standpoint, you probably got the right horse there in the 3 Mr. Agent. I've got that one into the mix as well.
I do think Masacato is a dangerous contender, wheeling back on very short notice for the high percentage team of Boca and Farrier. This horse ran 3 turns last time out. Listen, was up close to the pace. I think they take advantage of the rail. They leave, they let Burks go, they get to the outside, they sit second, they at least have a fair shot turning for home. And the last time this horse stepped at Laurel, he scored.
He scored, and I like the race going back 4 races back, Mahoning Valley, be able to sit 4 or 5 out of it and then ramp it up. But I think it's critical, right? Get early enough Poe, and then let the other ones do the dirty work, and they try to make that run from the head of the lane home.
7-1-3-5 for Keith, 3-7-1-2 for me. Best play time. Keith, where are you going on closing day?
Closing day. I don't have anything real big price here, but Talented Man.
Nice.
Your man, Michael Moore, does a phenomenal job. His horse has been running well. Has a little edge we talked about in recency over Smooth B. He's quick. He'll battle you. Hopefully he can get to the front and keep his head in front.
My value play is a little bit earlier in the card, or later in the card. Boy, the brain's gone at the end of the meet. Race number 9, the number 5 Malibu. But just think, going to get to the front in this race. Maybe back down the fractions a little bit and sprint on home. You've got to respect her back class. We are 21 minutes to post for race number 1. Main track is sloppy. We are off the turf. Dave Rodman, Mackenzie Pfeiffer, Parker Hendricks, they're going to take you through the day. I want to thank our production team. They did a super job the entire spring meet. Looking forward to working with them at Pimlico. And speaking of Dave Rodman, we're going to go up to him for scratches and changes.
All right, good luck, everybody.